All right, I got another one for you guys. This is going to be talking about the GTA 6 trailer and some more information about GTA 6 that's been coming out over the past few weeks. So the first thing is the game looks amazing, or at least the trailer does. And obviously, this is a cinematic trailer. Everything is very meticulously animated and meticulously produced and looks as good as it possibly can. Likely in engine, though. It does look like it's in engine. However, it could be outsourced to a render farm. I'm not really sure how they did it, but this is nothing new for Rockstar. I mean, GTA 5's trailer looked way better than the actual game. Obviously, other developers do the same thing. They make their trailers look as impressive as possible to make it look like that's what you're going to get on the console, and then it never happens. But again, they're targeting 30 FPS on the consoles. Kind of tells me they haven't hit those numbers yet. So likely this is going to be way better looking than the actual game is. But it'll certainly look better than 5 did. So I mean that's something to look forward to. So we'll have to see where it lands between GTA 5 and this. But it's certainly going to be in the middle there somewhere. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the modern TikTok style animation or interactions, the social media follow posts and all that stuff in the trailer. There's an awful lot of that. Kind of concerning that that's a mechanic in the game that I'm not going to be a huge fan of. We'll see what they do with that. Hopefully it'll just be a trailer only kind of thing. Who knows? But yeah, I would have preferred actually to be have this take place in the 90s or even the early 2000s. Go back to that historical storytelling that Rockstar is known for, as opposed to this modern take type of thing that 5 did. But it's understandable considering they're really trying to capture that GTA 5 lightning in a bottle again with 6. So they're gonna do everything that 5 did to as close and as extreme a measure as they can possibly do. That's probably why it's taking place in Vice City, and why you're seeing an awful lot of stuff in these trailers that are like based on real things that happened in Florida, like Florida Man type stuff. Is probably the reason why they're doing this, is to try and get that hype going. Get that, that Florida styling in the game and get that kind of feel going, because that would be very entertaining to play a game in that kind of an environment. However, again, I would have preferred the 90s. And they had Florida Man in the 90s. I mean, there's no reason they couldn't do that, but doesn't look like they're going to. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the rumors about how the story starts. Apparently, I guess you're going to be starting the story in a prison with Lucia breaking out of prison, and then I guess meeting up with her boyfriend, and that's where the story all takes off from. That does make sense a lot to me, especially considering how GTA 5 started, with the whole heist going south and all that happening. It makes perfect sense that it would be like a kind of a breakout of prison type thing. That's very similar story beats to how 5 started. It would make perfect sense. Again, trying to capture that lightning in a bottle again, by mimicking 5 as closely as possible. And yeah, we'll see where that goes. That's an interesting start to a game, though. I got no problem with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, they hit Lucia with the ugly stick. They made her ugly. They're going woke. They're going to uglify the main character." And I don't think it's so much that. I think it's more people are seeing some of the concept art, and now they're seeing, effectively in-game models at this point. Obviously, they're not going to be the same. Obviously, they're lowering the poly count considerably here to try and get that performance. So I think that's where this is all coming from, is that the lower poly count model they're always going to look uglier the lower poly count they go. So you're probably going to see more uglification of characters in the game over time to get those FPS numbers up. So be ready for that. They're going to uglify her even more for sure. But that's just part of optimization, and I guess if you want to be critical, bad art style, because low poly games can look very good, the characters can look very attractive, and it's just a matter of putting the time and effort in to make sure that works. However, it's still looking pretty good. Trailer looks pretty good. They look fairly decent for Rockstar characters, actually. So I mean, that's something to be be interested in is that it is considerably better than 5, and 5 was considerably better than 4. So at least they're going in the right direction, right? I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about was Rockstar being on record as not wanting to punch down, and they don't want to pick on marginalized groups, but yet again they make their main character, or one of the main characters of the story, part of a marginalized group. So does that mean that Lucia is going to be like perfect in every way, and there's going to be no character flaws? There's going to be no character development on that front, because that's going to make for a very boring story. It's going to be make for a very uninteresting game, and I'm not going to be interested in that. If you think back to 5, all 3 characters had major character flaws in that game. All 3 characters had development along those flaws to make the game interesting, to make the gameplay interesting, the story interesting. Everything kind of melded together and worked great because of those flaws. So if you're going to take that away from one of the main characters and then just have the other main character have all the flaws, that's not going to work. That's not going to make for a good story. That's not going to make for interesting storytelling or gameplay. So I'm a little worried about that. Hopefully that's not the case here. Hopefully Rockstar is a little more autonomous from Take-Two's very ESG friendly approach to things, but we're gonna have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, I mean it's hopefully gonna be a good game. I don't know if they can capture that lightning in a bottle like 5 did, but they're certainly trying. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the new Vice City. See where things go from here. It does look interesting. It looks like the map is considerably bigger. There's a lot more outskirts and rural areas than Vice City of old had, so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think GTA 6 is going to be great? Is it going to suck? Why is it going to suck, or why is it going to be great? Let me know. If you liked the video, give it a like. And if you want to hear more from me down the road, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys later.